check.
We just checked.
We don't even have to do that.
No, we don't.
But that tells us when to go.
FDSOA, FDIC 2026.
Go.
Bam.
All right, go.
All right, everybody. So we're at FDIC 2026. This is the FDSOA booth here on Lucas Oil Stadium. We're on the field where the Colts play. It's been a great show so far. We've made a lot of good contacts. But one of the things that we've kind of been playing with is this podcast that we call Street Talk. And today we are going to shoot live from FDIC. And we've been planning this episode of Street Talk for a minute. Everybody knows Chairman Valliere, or CEO Valliere, Chief Valliere, recently retired. Yeah.
That is a lot of time. Yeah, I can't even remember that.
Recently retired from as Ops Chief at Scottsdale Fire. And has taken over a role inside the FDSOA as our CEO. And so we're just going to spend some time with Eric today and talk about safety, the fire service, and specifically the FDSOA, and get kind of his feelings on that. So, man, it kind of feels weird to say, hey, welcome. Thanks for being with us. Because you always live in
Thanks for the invite. It's important. Yeah, I feel honored to be here.
Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
Well, he made me come back.
Yeah.
Well, the funny story, we got an Uber, and we walked farther than we would have if we just walked.
That's true.
Oh.
That's very true. Even though it said Lucas Oil Field on my phone, which he doubts, but
It said it on the thing too, but that's not where we're going.
that is absolutely not where we're
It's not where we were going.
So what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about where we think we should take the organization? You want to talk about...
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but let's not talk about that first.
Okay.
Let's let everybody know your history with the organization.
Okay.
And just kind of
fire
go
service
from
in
there.
general.
Yeah, start with the fire service,
Okay.
and let's just lean into that microphone. We don't want to miss any of
So-
these details.
Born just outside... Do you want me to go that
No,
far?
I don't think so.
Not actually.
No, please, God, no.
So I started my fire service career with Mesa Fire back in '91. So retired with 34 years in the service, still going, and left Mesa as a company officer. Got to Scottsdale as a trainee battalion, promoted to deputy, and then assistant fire chief. And during that time, jumped into the association. That was like 2012.
2012.
2012.
You came in as
2013,
a
right in there. Came in as a Western director. Yeah, and then moved up into the vice chair spot. Vice chair after the vote. I got an opportunity to go to the private sector from his fire department, and resigned. The board moved me into that position, and so I fulfilled that term. Fulfilled the second term, full term, and then got voted in for another term when this opportunity came up. We had a transition in the organization. It was a perfect opportunity for people that were ready to move up. I was one of them. You're one of them. Obviously, you're one of them. And Ben just jumping in the mix. Ben's always been a great partner and friend of the association.
Thank you.
No, seriously, man. That's why you're here. You got a mission driven, just like we do.
For sure.
So jumped in the CEO role, which that happened in November. Yeah, December.
November.
And of 25.
Yeah.
And then we've just been hitting the ground running, man. It's been a great ride. I feel like we've made some really great impacts over the years, but I feel like right now we're in a position to really hit our stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Excellent. So, I say we just jump right into that, right? Because
Yeah,
I think
that's fine.
I think it's important for our membership and anybody else that's watching this to kind of understand, as you have transitioned into this new role as a CEO, kind of what your responsibilities are for the organization, number one, and number two, the vision and kind of direction you want to see us going.
Yeah. So. Great question.
Thanks.
And,
I worked hard on that one.
I know.
Man, you're a thinker.
He's a
Thinking about
thinker.
that.
I wrote it down.
Thinker.
I did. I woke up at like 5 this morning. I like our writing.
He's not going to ask me more questions.
That was it.
So,
Spend.
when we made that transition from the other management company and changed leadership, we decided as a board to save a little bit of money and everybody step up a little bit. And so all of us were engaging at a different level than we had in the past, just because we needed to, because we all have a drive and desire to move this organization forward, which really focuses on life safety for our firefighters, and so. We had dual roles. I felt like I had 2 full-time jobs at one point.
Oh yeah, you did have 2 full-time jobs.
And so I was covering really roles and responsibilities as CEO and the chair, and I couldn't have done it without the brothers on the board with the support of them. And so now that I'm in my new role, we're able to do the things we've only talked about for years, right? We've got people in positions and with the talents to move the organization at a different speed and a different level. And so where I want to see us go, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, for
where I
sure.
want to see us go is in more outreach. A lot of people still don't know who we are.
Oh,
What
yeah.
our mission is. Yeah. We've got to get outreach. We're working through a state ambassador program, which is I'm big on. I think we're all big on grassroots marketing. I think that's where we always had a really strong success in.
Well, so let's talk about that for a second before we just go past it. So the FDSOA and that grassroots kind of attachment, right?
Yeah.
Like this organization attaches people to it.
Yeah.
Long term.
Yeah.
This
It's
isn't
kind of like the firm.
I don't know if
You
it's
can't get
not-
out.
you- I mean,
in a good way.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that. So say you show up to one of our conferences.
Yeah.
What makes our conference different than say FDIC? Right?
Okay, so that's another great
actually a
question.
good question.
Right, that's a
great
gra-
question,
that's
and
a-
it's going to build on what Ben asked.
Well, that's some of that
So
grassroots
what
ideas.
I've
yeah.
tried to do, and what we've all tried to do, is create a community.
Yeah.
Right? Communities are successful. And communities welcome people in and they make each other stronger. And that's what we're trying to do. We have a personality. A lot of organizations don't have a personality.
That's
we
right.
have a personality because we have a group of people that are like-minded, but we challenge each other to get the best product, right, to our membership. And when they come, they not only have a great learning environment, right?
Yeah.
They have fun.
Yeah.
Right? They feel like they belong to something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's so important in life, right? I mean, we're talking humanistic people, man, that like, I want to belong to something. I want to be a part of something great.
Not
Right.
just a number.
Not just a number. And you don't have to be on the board to be a part of the organization. Jump into the membership. Participate. And so when you talk about grassroots, those people go back and tell their friends. Go tell 2 friends. You tell 2 friends, right? That's better marketing than we're ever going to do on social media, in a magazine. That's the type of marketing and movement we need because they're selling who we are.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's an easy sell because if you say, hey, I'm going to compare your ISO program to maybe a state level ISO program. Okay, they may look similar on paper, but what we deliver is way different than anybody else.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
And,
I would agree
and
with
the only way we're going to get that sale out there is the people that have taken the class and they're spreading the good word.
So here's the part where we talk about like the FDSOA is just for career guys, right?
No.
No,
what are you talking about?
No,
What are you talking about?
You know,
Well, that's important. That's important
That's
to get out
important,
there
man.
because
No, for sure.
I think a lot of people have that feeling. And I've said before, you just talked about getting the message out there. I've said this to you guys before, but I'm going to say it to the people that
The
are
world.
listening and watching.
I'm
The
gonna say it
world.
to the world.
I think we have a branding issue in the fact that we are the Fire Department Safety Officers Association, and I think that's what people think. The only thing we do, and atop on what Vinny's saying, it's about career versus volunteer, and I think, well, there's way more volunteer firefighters in North America than there is in career guys.
Yeah, about
Oh.
75 to 25.
Right. So
Yeah.
what do you say about that as
So-
far as making that available for them or making it affordable
Yeah, some
for
options.
us to take our course from a volunteer
Or those guys to
organization
get
that doesn't
involved.
have a big
Okay,
big
so
budget?
so there's a lot of questions built in there. So we're one fire service.
Yes.
We are one fire service, man. I don't care if you're a volunteer. I don't care if you're a career. I don't care if you're from another country, right?
Yeah.
Canada. We're
Canada.
one united fire service.
Maybe not.
Well,
Well, I mean,
other
I
than the
mean,
metric
I
system
could-
that blows
I could
my mind.
hit you right now.
You know,
I
you
know,
know what's
we
funny about the
don't
metric?
hit.
Oh, is that what it
Oh
is?
yeah.
He was blown away that my
300
Uber
meters.
was
I'm like,
it
he
starts
looks-
300 meters
he
away.
looks
I
at
thought
the
it switched like the
Canadian.
time
How far
zone.
He
is
looks
that?
at the Canadians like it doesn't say miles now. It's like
I
it
thought
doesn't
it
know
switched
miles.
across
It's like
time
you
zones,
looking
man.
at Robbie's computer and
Oh yeah.
fascinated that it was in French.
His whole Google was in French.
Mhm. Well, he speaks French.
How he
He
does.
thinks in French.
Yeah, he think I don't.
That's true.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Go.
We're
I
digressing.
forgot what
so
We'll
much.
edit
Oh,
that
yeah.
part out.
We're-
No,
we're-
Volunteer
how to make
versus
we're talking about
volunteer
how we
versus-
engage the whole fire service.
So I don't think we have branding issue. I think we have a marketing issue.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Okay,
yeah, the
so-
brand is good.
See, that's why you're the
and I'll
CEO.
use this analogy, man. I'll use this example. So there was, and you guys may have seen this in Europe, but in the Valley,
Yeah.
there was a strong push to we got to let people know that we deliver EMS.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
organizations changed from the fire department to fire and medical department.
Correct.
Right.
And I sat down. Our leadership sat down. I sat with my fire chief and said,
We're not doing
why
it.
would we change our name? We
Yeah.
just need to show and prove to people what we
Yeah.
do in our book of business.
Yeah.
Now that's more challenging sometimes. And when you change your name, people may ask questions.
Yeah.
But once you get through that, I know organizations that have moved back
Right.
to what they were
Yeah, I would agree
originally.
with that. Yeah, for sure.
Right? So it's not a branding issue, it's a marketing issue. And it's the word of mouth that we need to deliver from our constituents, right? Our memberships, because I know our board's pushing hard right now. We're all pushing hard. We just got to grab somebody, mentor somebody, bring them in, right? It's just like a good bar, right? You want to share those good restaurants and those good bars with your friends.
Yeah.
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 Come on in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this before I forget it. So, after we did FDIC the booth yesterday, and we did some events with some partners, which was really awesome.
Great.
Yes.
We went back around a campfire and took in some adult beverages.
We did.
And had some great conversations. And I'm talking about where we need to be and what we deliver.
Yep.
And we started talking about Navy SEALs, right?
Thank you.
Top line, special forces, like we need to be the Navy SEALs of the safety delivery. And when we talk about our slogan being bringing safety to the streets, that's exactly what we do. We make an impact at the street level. We take what our partners from Science Alliance, Cancer Support Network, all of those FRCE, the Fallen Firefighter Foundation, we take what they're delivering, right? We build it into our model as well, right? Because we're all going down a different lane, right? With the same mission for firefighter safety, right? And we package that together. Nobody else is doing that.
Right.
Nobody else is doing that.
No.
When people walk out of our classes, they are able and have the ability with the skill sets we provide to be successful when they leave the classroom.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want them to be safe from the front yard, right? We don't want them to
Yeah.
go be aggressive fire departments moving into the building and stuff, right? No,
Are you
I'm
joking?
joking. I'm totally joking.
I was like, I don't know where he's going with
Because
this.
I was like, he's fired.
Off
I just
the
fired him.
rails.
Because that's
Off the
no,
rails.
but we hear that out
Well,
there,
okay, so
right?
let's-
So what do you
let's
think? Let's
talk
talk
about
about that.
that. Let's
So
talk
what do you?
about that.
I see videos in the Canadian and American fire service,
Yeah.
people putting it out, and people saying, F NFPA or F safety, right?
Yeah.
I think we can say that, right?
No,
Probably.
we don't want to say
we
that.
don't want to
No.
say that. Okay.
You'll-
Yep, Canadians.
So I'll bleep that out.
So,
But we what do you think about that?
well,
As far as our mission goes?
So that is a wedge in American Fire Service right now, and I'm sure it's happening
Yep.
in Canada as well. That we're either taking too much risk or not taking enough risk, right?
Yep.
And so, right when we started engaging with that fight and that competing in that battle, where we stand, we immediately put our risk management statement
Sure.
on our website.
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
right, FDSOA.org, we have a risk management statement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, and we have a risk management plan.
Yeah.
Right, we talk about strategic decision making.
Yeah, risk versus benefit.
Risk versus benefit.
Yes.
Take the right risk at the right time for the right reasons.
So what does that come down to, though? Our expectation of firefighters and fire officers is they have to use what?
Yeah.
Right?
You can't just go into autopilot,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
That's the problem with risk is that folks just autopilot everything instead of thinking about it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the other thing too is that it's an educational piece, right? So the fire service has advanced
Yes.
scientifically so much in the last 5, but if you look at over the courses of our career, how things have changed.
Flow pass.
Well, they were already there. We just
they
didn't
were
know
there.
it.
We just
Right.
didn't know what it was.
So
right?
the data that's available to the fire service as a whole now really that's what we should be being students of,
Being.
right? Is that because that helps us then determine what that risk benefit analysis is, right? Instead of just, we're going to do this every single time because that's the way we've always done it. when we look at the data that's available to us, to be able to then use that information to make a good risk benefit analysis, to go, hey man, it's a commercial structure at 2:00 in the afternoon, and most people are going to get up and walk out of it. We're still going to search the building, but it needs to be a lower priority.
But it spells it out in our risk management statement, right? We will risk our lives.
Will
risk our lives for a savable life.
Sure.
Correct. In an educated and calculated manner.
That's right.
Correct.
And that's what we're supposed to do.
You can't be get educated and calculated just on the fire scene. Like, what does that require? It requires a very focused and intentional training program.
Right. Training is where it's at, right?
Yeah.
You can't. So what did we talk about yesterday? I said to you
A lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff. But what did we talk about? The 3 minutes. That's what we did talk about.
Oh, so you're talking about building construction?
No, I'm talking about that, but also what I'm talking about is tactics, though, right? So yesterday, my esteemed colleague here said that he said it previously, and I brought it up yesterday. If I don't see water on a fire in 3 minutes, I'm kicking some asses.
Well, I'm just asking why.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I asked, I pressed back on that, and I said, if you're not thinking, if you're not doing it by rote, and this is what we do, we always go in the front door, we always go, you're going to get people hurt, because that's what you're not thinking. You're not using the risk-benefit analysis to understand that, because one time you're going to go in the front door, and the floor's not going to be there.
Sure.
That's some of the issues I have when you talk about recognition crime decision making, right? It's not the same incident every time. Right?
Yeah.
You can use a piece of that.
Yeah.
You can use what you're gained from experience and utilize it on the new incident. Right?
Sure.
Right? But they're all different. They're all a little bit different.
Yeah.
Always.
And so I heard a statement one time that said every fire is different, and I said that's not true. That's absolutely not true. Some fires are exactly the same, like 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and contents, right? But some fires are different.
100%. The box and what's in the container.
Correct. And so let's move into this conversation. What is the major change from the fire service we grew up in, fighting fires in this box, and now people coming up today are younger firefighters, younger fire officers, right? This building construction problem we have.
Totally.
We have a building construction problem.
100%.
Because lightweight construction does not hold up under a fire load like some of these legacy construction things. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna focus on that at the conference, man. Let's have a pre-con that just teaches.
So we're talking about that, an 8-hour pre-con on building construction. We don't have a building construction problem. We have an education on building construction.
Because you're not going to change the
right, and so that's a great example.
You're not changing
where I was going.
Where
with
we're
this,
moving.
Right? Most of us got on this board. What were we delivering? We were delivering ISO, HSO, and then Tim's came into it.
Yep.
That was our book of business.
That's it.
We have a bigger book of business, right? And now we're running this thing like a business.
Yeah, right? Leadership stuff.
Family owned.
Yeah.
That's important to say. Family owned business, right? We're looking at identifying needs from, the accident investigation stuff we're talking about.
Correct.
Mike Richardson just put together the risk benefit package.
Yep.
The
He says
pre-con
he's a good
8
guy.
hours.
He says he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Richardson.
I like him.
Good dude.
I like him.
So he put that together, right? He put together the
We got some leadership stuff coming.
leadership stuff coming. Yeah.
Um,
We have the 2-day, not what happened, but why it happened, diving into human factors on preventing the next incident.
all the EVT stuff.
All the EVT stuff on the apparatus side, because there's a direct connection
Sure.
with firefighter safety in EVTs, right?
Sure.
To and from the call.
Sure.
Well,
The
and
apparatus working appropriately on that scene.
Right, and I think what's important, especially for those that are watching, is we need this is kind of that prime opportunity for our membership to be able to reach out to us and tell us what their needs are also.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? It's like we only can develop and deliver and use our our contacts and our advocacy programs and all that other stuff we can only do so much, right? We have to hear from the membership and say, hey, we are in need of this in my area.
And that's a great example of where we're trying to go with our conferences, right? Most organizations send out call for white papers, right, as a certain time limit. If you don't get it in within that time limit, you don't get to submit.
Sure.
Right? We are real time.
Yeah.
Right? I want to hear what the topics are that need to be delivered, right? I don't want to lock us in, because in 2 months something could have happened that we may need to add that program. So I always leave us a few spots open towards the end, so we can turn on a dime to bring something current real-time valuable to the attendees of the conference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we, as a board, very experienced in our field, and everybody's, I don't know what the most junior person would be even on the board. I don't know, like years on the board.
Yeah.
Not
Years on
board,
the
but
board
years
or
in the
years in
fire
the service?
I don't even know who that would
I
be.
mean, we're on. We got
Well-
the same amount of time, I think, right?
I came in the fire service in 01.
I did too.
Maybe Kyle.
2000.
Maybe-
maybe Kyle.
Maybe Kyle.
So, anyways, why I bring that up?
I don't know.
But still,
But
he's
still,
20 years
20
Yeah,
plus.
years
yeah,
experience. But we
yeah.
can't be. We're not like God's gift to firefighting because we're knowledgeable people. But what I'm saying is, from the membership, I think there's a lot of expertise out there. And,
Yeah.
and what do you want to talk about? State advocacy and people that are maybe an expert in something or offer a certain program that maybe want to partner with us because their vision aligns
Yeah,
with us.
so that's
What do
another
you want
great
to talk
question
about that?
because when I grow up, I want to be a philanthropist.
I like that.
I want to be a philanthropist, but I don't have the money to get one.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
we have to find another way with philanthropy.
Yeah.
Philanthropy to me, when we have no money, is giving people opportunities.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
And
yeah.
Here's a great one. Jim Barnhart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Jim Barnhart is money. Right? Great instructor.
Jim
super
Barnhart has
money? Money.
Oh, he
money.
has money? Oh,
No,
oh,
he
sorry.
is
is
money.
money.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you said Jim Barnhart has.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be
No,
a
no,
philanthropist.
no.
Green. I've seen him
No.
green.
Yeah.
Right? So we
Sorry, Jimmy.
he was
Love you,
my first rookie when I got promoted to captain. Been tight to this guy, man. Just grew his education in the fire service, engaged at not only a regional and state level, but national level. We got him plugged in with NFPA, right? And we're putting him out in front. He actually just got a position on the board.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So these people that we're finding that have value, that these SMEs that have hyper focused on certain topics in the fire service, I want them coming to the table and saying, hey, here's what we need.
Yeah.
Here's what I can provide to you. Come with us. Tell us what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Right? We want to provide a service. We sometimes don't see the gaps. You got to tell us where the gaps
That's
are.
right.
We
Well,
feel.
this is it, because we get, I think, sometimes you're so close to it, and we're so busy doing what we're doing, right? Like focused on ISO, HSO, whatever we're doing.
Pro board
Pro board
reaccreditation.
reaccreditation. You don't get the
all the
time.
administrative stuff.
You don't get the time to do that
The
gap
fun stuff.
analysis and the
Yeah,
fun stuff.
yeah.
Like I love teaching.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about that, so I think you said family, and I feel, and I'm not putting down FDIC, but I don't see the leadership of FDIC walking around the conference here. But when we're at a conference,
Yeah, you're connected.
We're connected because
Connected.
we're dressed like this. We've got our branding on.
We're not normally dressed like
and
this.
we're not normally dressed like
Yeah,
this. But you look okay. You're looking pretty good.
Ben looks okay. Here's the thing: is that don't tell me for not shaving. He his shirt got lost.
Don't
The
lie.
piece of luggage, so he had to get a vest. We
That's
had
a lie.
That's what
I
I
did.
was told.
I
I'll
like
bring
the
my-
vest, though.
my
Yeah.
vest.
I do
The
like
vests
the
are nice. Thank you, Michael
they are.
Johnson.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is we're accessible, and I
goes
think
back
that,
to
but we're not experts. So if we want people to come up to us, and we are experts in certain things, but
Yeah.
not in everything. So we want people to come up to us and partner
But see,
with
that's
us.
the
and talk to
vulnerability,
us.
right?
Yeah.
That's the vulnerability we have to say, man, we don't know everything, but we have the resources.
We know
to
people that do.
provide that,
Yeah.
Right.
and we can find people.
Yeah.
Well, I was
But going back to what you said about now, this is big. This is a big conference,
And I'm
This
not
is
putting it
huge.
down. I'm
No,
not putting
it's
it down.
but it's
No, it's a
big.
great conference.
And they've
It's great.
got a certain business model, which is obviously successful,
Obviously
Very.
works.
right? We just have a different business model where we want to create a community. I don't want a 35,000
No.
person attendee. I don't want to lose the connection. If we start getting those numbers, then we'll probably have 2 conferences a year.
We have to.
Because I want to keep it small enough where people know each other, recognize each other, and it's a comfortable feel and a clean and fun learning environment.
Sure.
I mean, look at the stuff. You gotta play guitar next time. You gotta perform at the next
Ah.
conference. Yeah, you got
I'm
at least
retired.
one song.
Should.
Oh
I think
my
They have to
gosh.
see
I'm retired.
Ben
Nah.
and Jana, his wife, singing. I mean, that is a personal touch that no one has. No one has. And what we provided for the vendors, which we love the vendors. The vendors are part of our family because they help us to exist, right? We need monies to keep us running, but we bring people to the vendor night, right? I always say when you have food and drink, it's fun.
yeah, it's a
when
network.
you add live music, it becomes a party, and
Network.
that's what it became.
Well, I was just talking with one of the vendors that are here, and they saw the vest, and
They like the vest.
They like the
say
vest.
That's the next
Vest.
Yeah, and my shorts that y'all can't see.
Yeah, yeah.
But
They're short.
And they're black, they match.
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So, but they saw the vest and they were like, "Hey, like I saw that y'all have a conference, and this is their first time at a fire department. It's the first time for them at FDIC.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of law enforcement stuff, but they're human performance type stuff, right? And so they were kind of asking me what the difference would be between the conference that we do and here. And the one thing that I explained to them was FDIC is phenomenal, right? You can see anything and everything you want to see, but this conference is broad strokes for the entirety of the fire service. What we offer at our conference is very focused.
Laser.
It's
focused.
very
Laser
streamlined and focused into the health, safety, wellness of our people.
And who comes to the conferences? This is important for
Right.
vendors
It's
to
very
hear,
important.
right? We bring influencers
Sure.
and decision
And
makers.
decision makers.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those here as
Well,
well.
100%.
Yeah.
But the
They're
people that we're
diluted in the
bringing in,
numbers,
right? That's right.
We have a concentration of
That's right.
influencers and
Yep.
decision makers.
Which I think is the big thing that makes ours different than this.
Well, and I'm going to go back to the experience level, right? We've got Kyle, probably the youngest with 20 years on in the service,
Yeah.
right? All the way up to our newest board member, Chris Fasaro, retired FDNY, still a volunteer on Long Island. With how many years you got on in the service now? 51
only
51
51?
He's running
I'd
security
I'd
for us
like-
off
yeah,
camera.
you know what I
He's
wanna
off
do? I
camera
wanna add
mode.
up how many years of service all of us have.
Oh,
And
it'd be a
put that
lot.
online.
Oh, it's
Hundreds.
pretty cool. It,
Yeah.
it would be cool.
It
Well,
would
he's
be
got
cool.
us 3/4 of the way there already.
Yeah. And he's still engaged, man.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
relevant.
Freaking
So,
right.
so here's the thing though about experience. Like everybody's, just because you have years doesn't necessarily give you
You beat me
experience.
to it. Yeah.
Here's what the membership should know about the board is that this board, not a single member of this board has ever sat back and just watched the fire service go by. All of us have always tried to make it better from where we were, from the back seat, from the newest firefighter role to the senior man role. If you
Training
were-
division.
Yeah, if you were an engineer, company officers, training division, all the way up to the battalion chief level or what. And that spirit exists inside this organization, that there is a place for everybody, no matter where you sit on the fire apparatus or where you are in the org chart.
That's right.
You
So
can,
You
you
mean
can,
we don't do this for the glory and the money?
no,
Is that
No,
what you're
It is
that's
saying?
glorious.
it is, yeah, no.
So, but let's walk through what. Remember, I took the board through an exercise at one of our conferences, because every year at our conference we take the opportunity to bring everybody, the leadership in, and talk for a full day about what we're doing and where we need to go for the next year, right? And that one exercise we talked about was, it's not what we do, the what comes because of the why,
Sure.
Yeah.
right? We all were on the same page of the why.
We want
And what's
we
the
want,
why?
We want to leave it better than we found it.
Leave it where you found it, right?
Yeah. Totally. And a lot of people say that, but I think our collective goal is to really do it.
To do it, reduce line of duty deaths,
Yeah.
reduce accident injuries, right?
Like,
Our
think
mission is to keep firefighters safer than they have been in the past.
Yeah.
Right? That's our why, right? It brings us
Retire
to the how
happy and
to the
healthy.
what. The what is our deliverables.
Sure.
We always
Yeah.
start with the why.
Yeah. To your point, I always said, when you move up in the department, your influence,
The sphere of influence
your
gets
sphere
larger.
of gets larger. So if you're on a rig, you're on a truck, depending on what your shift is in Canada, it's a quarter of the time you're impacting that area of the city. When you move up in an organization into training or health and safety or whatever, battalion chief, whatever, your sphere of influence starts to increase and increase, and it doesn't make you more important, but it to me is more rewarding, because you are impacting, and then you get to the point where you're impacting the whole city.
So you
right?
go
And everybody that visits it.
You go from when you start your fire service career about being influenced,
Yes.
right? And as you grow and you create opportunities for yourself and you put yourself out there, right? All of us have put themselves out there,
Yeah.
right? None of us, we've gotten over that fear of change.
Yeah.
Most firefighters have,
Yeah.
right? We've gotten over that because we've been driving to a mission, right? So you become more of an influencer, but leaders can never stop being influenced, right? That means we're stopping our ability to learn.
So what I think we try to do, and it's the flavor of the month in the fire service right now, has to do with leadership, right? and you can influence things the wrong way.
Oh,
A hundred-
And
100%.
and we have a lot of leaders in the fire service who seem disconnected from their people, right? I think that's why Chief Rhodes makes such a connection here, is because he's not that guy. He is he feels very connected, right?
Yeah.
And so the fire service longs for leadership that stays connected, right?
Yeah.
And I think that we are willing to keep our egos out of it for the most part. Everybody's got an ego.
Yeah.
But as fire service leaders, just really focus on, hey, there are people involved here. They want mentorship. They want the correct information. They don't want something that strokes your ego.
Nope.
They want the truth. And then what do they want? They want the why.
Yeah, 100%.
And then if you as a leader are able to deliver those things, right? Take my ego out of it, deliver a message that is palatable to up and coming firefighters, be a good mentor. Those folks will take that, and then what do they take it? They go make it better.
Yeah.
Because those leaders that hold those things close to the chest and are always scared to let it out, that's not who we are.
no.
It's not who we are.
Well, and you know what I was thinking about while you were saying that is tradition in the fire service is very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
But sometimes in some services, that tradition blocks movement forward.
Progress.
100 years of tradition unimpeded by progress, right?
Right.
So you've heard that 1,000 times, right? But I think what we've done, and in our thinking, is change is good.
Oh, it is.
Not just change for the sake of change,
Sure.
but change it to make it better.
But that's the relationship we all have.
Oh, that's a
right?
good word.
We put a product on the table and we all debate it and we challenge it, because even if it was my idea and it morphs into something different, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That's who we are, right?
Yeah.
We throw it on the table. We come vulnerable. What do you think?
Yeah.
And every time, our group makes it better.
So we've been talking now. We've been wearing these people out for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Sure.
Okay.
But I want final thoughts. Like, we're excited that you stepped into that role. The transition has been great. We appreciate your leadership and what you do. Hopefully, you appreciate the leadership side that the board brings back to you. What is next? What's next for the FDSOA? If you had 2 minutes to say what we're doing next.
Man, there's so many things in my head right now that we just have opportunities for, right? And you're absolutely right. I'm honored to be in the position I'm in right now. I'm honored to work with you guys and to stay our family. I want to create a stronger family environment for us. I want people to be excited about learning. I want people to be excited to hear what we have to say. I want our voice to be louder in the National Fire Service and International Fire Service. I want our voice loud, right? The only way we're going to do that is to bring great products to the table, right? And not just great products, great personality to the table. Because, listen, firefighting is a fun sport.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a fun. We need to create our environment to be a fun environment,
Yeah.
right? I want people to want to be a part of this, right? So we're going to deliver some great education. You're going to see a state ambassador program that's going to grow. We're going to get grassroots at marketing out there. People are going to know who we are, not by branding, but by telling.
Yep.
And you're going to watch us. Keep your eye on us because we're going to move, right? I want you to be a part of the movement, right? So we're not only going to do that, we brought the fire department chaplain into the mix, right? So we're going to start driving towards chaplainship. That's a word, right? Chaplainship.
Chaplaincy.
I like chaplainship.
Chaplaincy.
Salt chaplaincy.
Both those sound made up.
So right, we're doing that.
Chaplainship C.
We're like I'm looking at what issues are in the fire service, man. And finances are an issue in the fire service,
Yeah.
and we're going to dabble in that, get some education on finances, right? We're working with some nonprofits to share some education on human trafficking, right?
All right.
It's stuff. That's
Online
our wheelhouse, man.
Online
We've got
ISO,
online ISO, which is
online
phenomenal.
HSO.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're moving into some leadership tracks, building construction, risk versus benefit. Like, this
Infectious disease
organization is
control
putting
officer.
what we discuss in board meetings is stock on the shelf,
Yep.
and it's not about making money.
No.
It's about getting the message out,
Yeah, spreading the gospel.
spreading the gospel. Thanks for being
Amen.
with us, Eric.
I'm sorry. Before you do that,
Yeah,
I have one. You're about to cut us off.
I
know. I got 2 seconds. We talked earlier, and I want to bring us back to something.
Oh,
Yeah. Circle back.
We're circling back, and then we'll cut this short.
Yep.
Trevor had brought up about something that we are doing that makes our stock on shelf more available to the volunteer community, right? And I wanted you to talk just briefly about what our membership can expect to see on our website, and how that's going to benefit those departments that don't have the budget.
So the fact of the matter is, we can't do what we're trying to do without finances, right? I mean, that's just a fact of it, right? We have a budget we have to manage. We have so many resources to manage that. We're putting a donation button on our website.
Yeah.
So if people want to donate, we're a not-for-profit. You can write it off at the end of the year in your taxes, right? There's a benefit to that. We're going to grow our partnership with some corporations out there. If you know an organization that wants to give to a good cause, give to our cause, because what I want to do is take those dollars and subsidize some of our programs.
Sure.
And you talk about the volunteers. Well, the volunteers have limited funding in some organizations, but there's still some career departments that have very limited funding, right? So I really want to give the opportunity to people that can't afford and never been able to afford or attend our conference, the ability to attend our conference. It's the reason why we did the online ISO.
Or to have us come out and teach a program in their community.
100%.
Right?
We will come to you.
And tailor it to them.
But the online ISO is a great example. We have more outreach from that now.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of those people could never get to our conference.
Sure.
They didn't have enough people in their area for us to come out. Right now, they have the opportunity to do that. So we've got to raise some funds to be able to share those opportunities with people that don't have the dollars to do it.
And a volunteer department with a lower budget can afford the course, but maybe not afford the travel, the hotels, being away from their family, things like that. That's where that
or their full-time jobs.
Or their full-time jobs. So that's where that online ISO, I think, is really our growth for us.
Really good. And it's been very successful.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
no more questions. I'm done.
The website's growing. You're going to continue to see offerings. You're going to continue to see that get better. So can I close now?
Yes,
Sure,
you may.
So we're going to leave you with this. If you have interest in being a state advocate, or you have questions about what is the FDSOA State Advocate Program, how do I get involved? Send those questions into us. All of our emails are posted on the website.
Yeah, and I'll
Get
put
a
it
hold
on
of the
the end of
office.
video.
All those answers. You're going to put it on the video. All of those answers. That's a great place to start getting involved and start getting this word out there. And it's not about it's not about just like you said, we're just going to squirt water from the yard.
Yeah.
This is about the fire service as a whole being better because people care.
Yeah.
I'm Lance Vinson, Chairman for the FDSOA. Ben Holley, Eastern Director. Trevor Shea, Vice Chair. And once again, thanks for being with us, Eric.
Man, good time. That went
CEO.
too fast.
I know.
How about we
It went
record another one?
No, we're not going to do that. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.